2, 1, start. So I'm gonna let this 3-minute intro tell you the story that happens before we get this run started. And you can see what's to come here.
The chicks are going to die! Gotcha.
"100 years ago, in the Granstream Nebula, a great war devastated the land. After years of skirmishes, two opposing forces clashed in a final confrontation. One faction was led by the Imperial Wizardry, the other by the Allied Spirit Army. As the battle raged on, the Imperial Wizardry activated a dangerous weapon both sides had agreed to ban. The weapon was fired into the core of the planet to destroy enemy territory. But a miscalculation disturbed the planet's axis, melting ice caps and triggering tidal waves that would eventually cause complete submersion beneath the sea. Foreseeing this tragedy, 4 wise men used a magical control tower called Airlim to keep 4 continents from sinking. Each wise man used a magic orb to power Airlim, but the orbs had to be re-energized at regular intervals, so the wise men left a magic orb on each continent with their descendants, the new wise men, to carry on their work. Now, the inhabitants of the floating continents are intent on building a new world. But suddenly, all of the new wise men are starting to disappear, and there have been rumors of Imperial Wizardry warship sightings. Without the new wise men, the lands of Shilf, Aquas, Volkos, and Zephyr are beginning to slowly sink into the sea. Once again, an entire civilization is threatened with extinction.
Alright, and that's our intro. This is basically what happens after humans cause global warming. That we have to get some magic guys to make the islands float.
Which are strangely both hereditary and not hereditary at the same time. See, now that's the other half of the story. While everything like this is going on in the air, there's also like a bottom level where they're doing that water world nonsense.
So text mashing in this game is kind of annoying. Before I set the text speed, I'm mashing with the right analog stick, which is mapped to the 4 buttons on the right in the respective direction. But as soon as I set it to fast text speed, any button on the controller can be used to mash text. So now I'm going to be using the left analog stick, which has 8 inputs per revolution. But this being an RPG with a lot of text, I have to do this analog stick twirling for 4 hours, and it gets really tiring.
know how eyes are the windows into your soul? Yeah, they have no soul.
His face has no face, yeah. That's everybody's first reaction. Where's their face? Like, we get introduced to this amazing anime cutscene, and then they have no face. So what we're doing right now is some boy supposedly fell off the side of the island. But, what's his name? Yeah, Valos. Says he's in the, Wise Men's Cemetery? So we have to
Sorry.
go on.
He finds out that he is in the Wise Men's Cemetery. They're worried he could have. Valos uses locating magic to find where he left Wind. Which
Yeah,
is like...
I say you're more familiar with the story than I am, so I'll let you take care of the story bits.
Well, it's just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna locate him. He could have fallen into the ocean. Okay, Lamo, bye. And then it's like, oh, okay, well, you're dead now, cool. But no, he just landed in the cemetery. Also, so there are no weapons or armor in this game. It's sort of like you find scraps of metal, and then the magic armband that you have will memorize what the item that it was, and then recreates it for you.
And the level up system in this game is based solely on plot. Like, you can only gain levels by progressing the story, not by actually gaining experience from winning fights.
Which means fights are completely worthless and should be avoided at all costs. Also, those bars right there, they're life points and health points. Health points are on the bottom, and they equal 1 life point. When you run out of life points and then your final health points, you're dead. Which is bad, because we never save.
Yeah, and dying in this game just goes back to the title screen. There's no do-overs, no checkpoints. This is one of the only 2 fights that we're doing without basically the strongest weapon in the game.
The Phantom Sword Onimaru.
Which we get like 10 minutes into the run, which is pretty, I wouldn't call broken, just, you just become really overpowered for the rest of the run.
It is a blessing.
It is, really.
So honest, it is a blessing that we do not have to fight these bosses with normal weapons.
This is the other fight I gotta do with the regular sword. So that backup charge into the enemy and stun them is kind of gonna be a reoccurring thing until I get my what's the ultimate attack called?
It's like whirlwind slice or something. I don't know. It's a twirly attack where you double slash and then land the.
So right there, we gained our first level from story progression.
while I did previously think levels were pointless, levels do actually slightly increase your health points.
Yep. That's all they do as far as I know. Yeah, this is a PS1 game, but I am playing on PS2. On a PS. And unfortunately, you can't really play this game on fast disk speed. It's one of those games that'll randomly crash on fast disk speed. Very unfortunate.
So, this town confuses me, because if you are caught out of town when the sun sets, as you talk to the town gatesman, he'll tell you, "We already closed the doors. How did you get in?" If anyone's doing anything out at night, you're just stuck.
So we have to walk back into this pub again in order to get a drunk guy to spawn before the church. Just normal story progression. Interacting with drunk people who are blocking my stairs.
The drunk guy does like to block his stairs.
Oh, the church chapel, sorry, not the church. This very well translated game has a couple of typos. They're totally not obvious when they come up. You want to explain how you normally get the most powerful sword?
So this is the real way to get the most powerful sword, but in order to learn how to get the most powerful sword, you're supposed to, because certain enemies will drop like bronze, silver, gold pieces that you can get to trade with a trader on the second continent. And then you can trade that information about it, trade some information about it with him, and you'll get it. And then you can just learn that it's in the church. But pretty much you go down one, use the Panther Eye, and then you'll find a scrap of the sword Onimaru, and then it's suddenly super powerful sword and you can kill everything.
I see.
Yep, your attack goes from 16 to 255. Just ridiculous.
Yeah.
We
Ooh,
also
time for
get
anime.
introduced to the worst character in the game here.
Okay, he is saying that, but obviously she is precious and amazing. And wonderful.
Yeah, it's only when you first enter this church here that you can get the Onimaru, so you have to learn about it in your first playthrough, and then you can actually get it on a second playthrough. Yeah, it's very convenient that the Onimaru can crit. They say there's a way to consistently do it, but no one really goes can block my way. No one really goes for it.
There is a consistent way to crit? I thought it was just random.
That's what they say, but I don't know. And also, when you use special moves with the Onimaru, the damage goes through into multiple life points, which is very convenient. And there's a chance to crit during the special moves. is a normal way to sneak onto a ship. Just jump into a chest. Also, if there are children here, you might want to shield their eyes just for a few seconds.
A tasteful amount of side boob.
Just a tasteful.
Huh? Where am I?
Corky is precious, and I love him.
Who are you and what are you doing in Laramie's room?
What kind of bird are you?
I'm not a bird, I'm Corky the Spirit Beast, and you'd better duck.
Nice move, but I hope you realize I had some soap in my eyes. Now, you've got exactly 1 minute to explain who you are and what you're doing here.
Listen to that bird's voice.
Corky is the best.
I love Corky. Now, of course, there is the great discussion among people who run this about which one is the better of the two main female leads, Laramie or Arcia.
Oh, wait a second. I'm coming up on the stealth part here. Alright, the stealth part's over. You can continue.
Good. Stealth part is a very important to stay quiet during stealth part. But of course there is only one true important one in this game, and that we have not. We bent down.
So Corky tells us about the trap on the chest, but luckily we have our plot bracelet to copy items. Because what would we do without things that we need to progress plot?
The logic of this bracelet confuses me terribly. Because everything it makes seems to be real, but also disappears too. And there's no real timetable for when something will disappear.
Kinda cutting out sometimes. You there, Justin?
Yep.
Alright. How exactly do we sneak onto the Vangel here?
We walk off.
You what?
I mean, you park at the garage and just sort of walk out.
They just let us in? Amazing.
He summons a giant crystal because Laramie wanted a piece of jewelry, and so he got something from the treasure chest. And then she was like, damn, he can do stuff. Got to the... Let me look around while I'm out in the open to make sure that there are no guards here ready to attack me.
Exactly. get the first fight with the Onimaru. With the basic sword, it took 3 hits to take down enemy. Now, just 1 hit and all the HP goes away. And if we were to crit, it would just insta-kill. So we go for a side attack here, which are a little slower, but we're unable to stun him this close. We hope to get it off. Alright, nice. Good fight. Yeah, I can adjust it in a sec. Now we get to actually meet the worst character in the game.
Who are you?
My name is Eon. You're Arcia.
That should be better,
Oh,
I
yes.
think.
But do I know you?
No, but I'm a friend.
Talk,
I bring this
Justin.
gift from your father. He said
Hey.
it was of grave importance.
Oh,
Should be
from
fine,
my
I think.
father?
She has lungs. Some really, really powerful lungs.
So here we learn Arcia is the last descendant of the wise men, right?
No, she's just the daughter of the wise man of Wind.
Oh no, there are still others, but they tell us about the 4 orbs, that we need them to raise the continents back up along with the song? Verse?
Yeah, there's a lifting verse on each continent that you need to recite while holding the orb, and it can only be done by a descendant of the wise men. They have overcome the mortal need for face and speak directly in thought.
To get a 2-minute break here.
Oh no! They've all been captured. Now we'll never get out of here.
Over there. Someone's coming.
Who are you?
Oh, what a pretty picture. The brave young warrior and the beautiful damsel in distress. So, how did you two find the other 3 orbs? I'm curious.
Who said we found them?
I've been
They
informed
look
of every move
awfully
you've made. And now it's time for me to make mine. I've got them
Howdy
all.
about being betrayed.
What have you done?
Now that the orbs have been destroyed, you nor anyone else can perpetuate the selfish destruction of nature's gifts for their own greedy purposes. You wanted the orbs so you could use their magical powers to rule the 4 continents.
You must believe me. That wasn't our intent.
You're just like the rest. You swear you won't be corrupt.
So this
but
man
you
confuses the hell out of me.
leave now. You're free to go.
You should have just killed us.
Go ahead. No one will stop you. One's destiny cannot be manipulated.
I mean, his intentions are good, I guess.
Well, like... Oh, I know. You have the... Where did you find the other 4 orbs? Oh, never mind. I have them right... And I'm going to crush them so that humanity will die because Humanity is evil.
It's fine though, we can copy everything. Who cares if it's broken? Corky got thick.
I like them. Now that is a hot chick right there.
The boxes to fall off. There's a lot of logic in this game to question.
Okay, but boxes never move in this game, so like, maybe they're just nailed to the floor.
I sure hope no one saw me take the broken pieces of the orbs.
If they did, they'd be right behind us. I hope my brother's all right. Huh?
Oh, what's that?
Maybe it's an abandoned Imperial wizardry fortress.
Welcome. Ye who possess the 4 magic orbs hold the key to Heirloom.
So since we have the 4 magic orbs, we can now control the Heirloom, which is this magical tower that can transport us everywhere with the big blue generic magical face.
It's the power by which all of the continents are lifted. Look at those dead eyes.
Yeah, Power Rangers. This is Power Rangers.
Oh, okay. So quick thing about cutscenes. Cutscenes are skippable as long as you have seen them before.
So at some point, we're gonna have to return to all the continents after visiting them, and we can skip that cutscene that travels to each individual continent, like we just did here to Shelf. But those are the only cutscenes that we skip in this game, because that's the only ones we see twice. Fortunate.
Fortunately, every cutscene is immaculate and the voice acting is 10/10.
Exactly. Oh, get out of my way. He's still drunk.
No, he tells you that he's not drunk anymore. He's just getting nauseous because the continent's sinking.
Meaning he's drunk.
Also, you notice that Tutelar switched his magic over to Heirloom Return. He'll use Heirloom Return 3 times.
Yep, there are 5 times that I use Heirloom Return, and it's mostly just on the continents themselves, not in any dungeons. Save a little bit of time walking back. It's not very much. Can't even use it in dungeons.
Yeah, you can.
Not in not in the Dragon Trials.
Yeah, no, not those, but you can in, like, Kilika Shrine?
Yes, in Killia Shrine.
Kilika. I'm in FFX mode right now, apparently.
Thank you for the good luck. So we come back here to find Valos, and Valos is like, I ran off the dungeon to kill the thing and save the continent. So we gotta go chase after him, because he's an old guy. There's no way he can take care of himself. I'm also gonna grab this safety LP here. Why not?
LPs are just randomly scattered throughout the game, and you can get them to save yourself some heartache.
No, this game has no skips, unfortunately. Well, it has encounter skips, which we do a lot of those if we do them right.
I believe in the encounterless run.
We'll see. The monsters in this dungeon are set on a cycle once you enter the area. So I should get this guy moving left, yeah. Sucks, because I need to wait for him to get out of the way. Hey, encounterless so far.
That dodge, amazing.
So re-entering this room, the crystal automatically goes back on the pedestal. If we did heirloom return, do we actually have to interact with it?
No, I don't think so. I think if you just come into the room, it automatically regenerates.
Of course, video game logic. See a bottomless hole, of course we're gonna jump into it. My bot is an old guy too. Alright, we got some more dodging to do here. This one's not as bad.
I too would jump into a bottomless hole in a shrine full of monsters.
Put it up there. If I would have went too far left, I would have got a fight. So right here we want to say we don't want to pick this up, we want to memorize it instead. So we pick it up, doors closed, and then we gotta put it back, and then we actually have to memorize it after that. That is an annoying puzzle, which we can just skip by memorizing it on the first try. Also, you guys can't see this staircase behind us. This is a secret. We can only find the secret after we place the stones down.
I, for one, am shocked that a staircase appeared out of nowhere.
We found a secret passage. This next puzzle is a moving platform puzzle, and you can actually only solve it from the left side. If you do it from the right, then the button blocks your way from getting over the tiles. So first we gotta copy the gear, then we gotta place the gear, and now the puzzle will work.
So there is a book back in Arona Village that tells you a ceremonial song that they play on an ocarina, and you just have to follow that guide to do it. We didn't look at the book because it's the same every time.
Nope. Did not exit out of it.
You know you got the right one when it gives like a whooshing sound.
No one has time for an ocarina, yep. That portal leads us back into the Wise Men's Cemetery, where they tell us we have to go through a trial, get the lifting verse. First gotta get to the trial. This is the only one we have to fight. Also the first guy we fight with a shield. And as you see, it's conveniently placed on one side of him, so if we just poke him on the other side, then we can keep hitting him.
This is why you have to dual shield hit. Oh yeah, those things after fights are called scepter forces, and they release to give you an item. If you delay opening a scepter force, you can get a better item, but you can't take any damage when you fight a monster. Now there are no enemies with 2 shields. I would love to see an enemy with 2 shields, though. I think that would be hilarious.
Alright, so what's the first trial?
The first trial...
It's what do you need for success?
Oh yeah. You have to be determined.
Yeah, and being determined is falling down a hole 3 times to get to the end of this puzzle.
It fills you with determination.
No.
Will you go for the life points at the back of the room? There's a...
I won't.
Okay. It takes long and it's not worth it.
I forget what the second trial is, but basically the answer is patience. So this game, its in-game timer actually lags when you're inputting or moving around. So the best thing to do during these things is just to stand still and wait for the timer to end.
So this trial is love. And if you're around here with no one talking to you, then you feel very unloved, and you understand the need for love.
Last one's the easiest. Just go up to this child and tell them you don't believe them because they're lying. And I believe the other one... Oh. No text mashing there.
You can go to the other one, which is a child to be healthy, and that child will run around the room in 3 laps. And it is very, very slow.
And also, if you block the kid, you have to start it over. Now we have the lifting verse. But it's not over yet. We gotta beat the boss of the dungeon, which his name is Balderog. And it is the only boss that we can one-shot with a crit with the Onimaru. Plus RNG.
Oh, also we learned Valos is dead.
Yeah, he died fighting Balderog, so we gotta go avenge him. I feel like I've seen this head in 2 hands boss somewhere. No, got a crit on the 3rd hit. Still saves time. What a hard boss. Onimaru makes this run so much nicer. This boss has a face. We're just gonna be pointing out everything that has a face now. With a face is clearly our enemy.
Wait, does that mean Corky's evil because he has a face?
Yes. More anime. So now we saved 1 continent using the lifting burst to make sure it doesn't fall back into the ocean and everyone dies. We only got 3 more continents to go. First we gotta do some story progression before we can move on. It's only a 1 disc game. Agreed. Tells you more about the rest of the game. Feels bad, man. Feels no content, man. I like my games full of cutscenes. This is a perfect game. Alright. So after having the flashback with Valos, we can now head to the next continent, which is Aquas.
Poor Val. Poor Eon, who lost Val. Aquas is an exciting continent.
Almost as exciting as Zephyr.
Zephyr is amazing.
That was a whoosh. Yeah, it was.
Oh yeah, people, so this is one of the places where Pictium is, like, misspelled. Like, it's Pictium with an X, but also Pictium with a K-S-H. Because consistency is for losers.
Oh, there's water on this land. You may have noticed, because it's Aquas. Kind of a connection there. And with our next continent being Volcos, what people think that's gonna represent.
I like that spinning man. I appreciate how they actually take time to show that these people are actually sleeping. Because dead spaces in my game are very, very fun.
Alright, now that we're rested up, ready to explore the town, go over here and talk to this guy. He tells us to go to the church. We gotta go to church. Need to come up here and talk to this girl. And now we can go to the religious colony.
Because there is a cult on this continent. There are times at this point where you can tell Arcia no, and she'll run away and cry. You want to make sure not to do that, because then that takes extra time.
You might be right, Hart. Church might be evil.
Bless you. Bless you.
Jeez, jeez.
Wow, you're sneezing a lot.
Ugh. I don't know if they have faces. So the text is kind of laggy in this place. A lot of sprites on screen. Yeah, we got the ultimate weapon like 40 minutes ago. But so right here, the cult leader is explaining what they do, and Arcia, being the loud, annoying person she is, has to come up here and challenge it. And basically screws us over. Now we get to one of the best parts of the game. And my split is appropriately named Mashing X on a Wall RNG. Oh, Corky has a face again. He must be evil. Exactly, Rastifer. Someone gets it. Yeah, by the door. Trying to mash text. The guy lets us out and tells us it's time to work. So we come over here to the Earth Stratum, and our job is basically we have to find 10 obsidian from the wall, and then we can go back. But we have to mine with our hands, and it's RNG whether we find obsidian in the wall every time we check it.
This is an amazing part.
Nine more to go. Can you not be near me so I don't interact with you? Come on. Eventually, give me a piece. Why is this guy so close to me? So far, this is really bad. You know, that's a smart idea. You should be copying the obsidian.
Nope, there's the random LP increase.
Alright, that ended a little better, so that's probably like average. I think you can turn away this time. No, next time. Okay. He just summon his sword, exactly. I guess he just doesn't want to kill everyone. The nice guy. Oh, get ready to watch this man enter this boy. That must have hurt. Such a strong push. Hey, it's how you guys take it. I'm not the lewd one here. Now guess what? We can do it again! Gotta get out of my way. Gotta get 10 more obsidian. Would you guys be excited if I told you we had to do it a third time?
Oh man, I wish.
Oh. Alright, that was probably average. Oh, that was my split. So you can turn away from this guy. Don't want to face him. Don't care what he has to say. Gonna return back to our cell. Day's over. We got our 10 obsidian. And the boy's back. He blames himself for getting us locked up. He is the son of the cult leader.
It is, after all his fault for inviting us into his home.
It is, really.
Surely he should have left us shivering out in the cold. Then we would have appreciated the cult instead of fighting against them.
Exactly. Could have joined the cult. Garcia is being taken off into a different cell in a different dungeon. We gotta go save her. Because Arcia is good at being captured. And guess what? You guys asked for it. We could do it a third time. Except we really don't need to do it a third time. So we copy this key instead of copying 10 obsidian. And then this guy's asleep, so we can just walk past him. And now we're in the magical labyrinth, which has some of the... But it has the more random dodges. sometimes you just can't help but get the fight. Right here, you're gonna be a first instance of a sneeze. You'll see him kind of twitch, and he's locked into that animation where I can just walk past him without him aggroing me. And I'll be utilizing that on some of these guys. Get past them. Oh, he got me.
So disappointed.
No encounter this round. Might as well reset.
Laramie is still at church. She disappears for long segments of the game because I think the developers didn't like her
This
that
one's
much.
random if I get past it. I'm not getting past it. He was too far away. Oh, I crit him. Easy. Yes, the one who got weapons in the shower. This guy needs to let me past. I'm tired of getting caught. Easy. Ow, too early. That was a horrible fight. No one saw that. We hear a noise and come back, and Afro is here. It's come to help us. But the key he brought is broken. Good thing we have our plot bracelet in order to copy the key to use.
How do you break a metal key?
Yeah, that was a pretty bad fight. So Grandma here comes busting through the door, almost taking it off the hinges to tell us that the cult leader is now ordering the execution of her son. We gotta go save him.
No, the cult leader's not ordering the execution of her son. Children from the town are sick of the cult messing up with the town, so they steal the son to bargain for the release of the people of the cult.
Oh, I thought the mother was involved in this.
She is, but no one knows that.
Oh, I hope you guys are ready for the most beautiful sound that Arcia can make.
There can be no mercy for barbarians who take children as hostages.
No!
Arcia, get out of my way.
There has to be a non-violent solution to all of this.
Don't be so naive. This blade will do the talking for me.
Oh, I see it.
In the Japanese version of the game,
Blood is the blade's language.
he actually doesn't make any noise and takes grabbing a blade like a champ. English version ruined her voice. Sounded like Meowth. Yeah, I do as well, Hark. Start killing people. The game would have ended a lot faster. So as we're walking up the 3 floors of this watchtower, we get to enjoy this lovely discussion between 2 arguing kids, which we turn one of them on our side. Good thing she's not a waifu.
There's only one who can please Eon.
We all know who that is.
We'll see them soon enough. How did he just kill him? He barely tapped him.
Oh, that kid's dead. This is a PS1 game.
This game has a weirdly high amount of random deaths.
A lot of people die. So we fail in our attempts here to convince Purple Kid to not kill Afto. So he pushes Afto off this watchtower.
Because shock of all shockers, Purple Kid is working for the Imperial Wizardry to corrupt the mind of his mother so that she can lead them to the wise men to kill to prevent the continents from being lifted. I think.
Sounds about as right as I would agree with.
I really can't figure out their end game, honestly. Like, they don't want to kill all the wise men so they can control the tower, but then the continents sink and they die.
Yeah, we definitely should have gone the stab route. Just should have stabbed the Purple Kid. This is one of the rare situations where someone actually survives something that should have killed them. I gotta go for After's not dead. But we get another anime cutscene. PogChamp.
Oh yeah, Laramie feels bad about yelling at Arcia,
this
so
trouble is
she
my
tells
fault.
us to go
It's
comfort.
not true.
Huh? Ian!
Like,
Arcia,
okay.
you can't blame yourself for all that's happened.
It is my fault. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't even help one child, let alone save the world. Oh,
You did what you could. Don't torture yourself over things that cannot be controlled.
thank you. Your hands, their warmth feels so good.
Now her hands are wrapped up. Laramie and Arcia here, they leave to go to the religious colony, right? Just leave us behind.
they do something.
They end up getting lost and stuck, and we go that way. Guess to search for him?
No, I don't think so.
It's really hard to follow the story when you can't read the text.
I'm pretty sure we go to find the kids who went into the cave, because we're supposed to go to church for a funeral of a kid. That might be later, I'm not entirely sure.
We also meet the main bad guy of this continent, Levante. And we figure out he's controlling Mom. We gotta go kill him. Also story level.
No, he's not a wise man because he's clearly just an evolution of a Jetsons car.
He has no eyes on his face. Good question. Alright. Gotta hope for no random encounters. This next dungeon. I'm gonna go ahead and heal. Because I hate wizards.
Wizards are by and far the worst enemies to fight.
Get out of my way.
No.
That was a sketchy dodge. Now we gotta fight the guy who pushed Apto off the watchtower.
Gotta fend after.
Wizards move around very quickly and teleport after each health point is taken, or each life point.
And sometimes, if you're not quick enough, they spawn a shield, and then you have to wait for their shield to disappear.
Yeah, they can put a shield up on them, or they can put a barrier around you so you can't move. Both are just annoying, and can you get out of my way? Please? You... Nice dodge. That dodge is a lot easier than it looks because the hitbox of the crab isn't as big as the actual sprite. I'm gonna skip the LP and just go on. I don't think I'm gonna grab any more LPs. I never even equipped the armor.
Super brave today.
I mean, in general, I've stopped equipping armor in general. That one safety LP is probably plenty. Can you touch the rock? Maybe. Alright, time for our next trial. Which, this trial is just answer yes 7 times to these questions. Did it. Completed the trial. We're all trapped here. We have no way to get out. I think the game's about to be over. Heroes are trapped. Eon tries to control his plot bracelet, but it only works when it wants to. But it looks like there's an earthquake happening. And in comes the true waifu of this game. Gandor.
Look at those rippling muscles and that face tattoo. A very sexy man.
The ideal waifu would punch through solid rock to save you. I don't see any other way. Labyrinth, the punishment is hopefully gonna be nice. Golems here can't block. No, their fights are relatively easy. I think all these white crystals, it's nice. White crystals will heal 2 LP, I think.
They heal a random amount of LP.
Ah. I had a brain fart and almost got in a fight. We're good. So we have to say we believe her, even though we know she's still corrupted and manipulated. Tells us to go into this room. And, oh no, it's a trap. Who would have thought? Another golem. And then she's surprised after we didn't die to the first golem that we defeated the second golem. So what does she do? She reskins the golem. Makes us fight another.
But this guy's a rock golem. Surely he will stand up to the test of our metal. He won't.
That's 4 white crystals in a row. Don't fight me. So Levante tries to seal us, but we have a amulet that protects us. Fortunately, Solella doesn't.
We can choose to give it to her, but we don't.
Yeah, just let her. It's sealed.
It's quicker that way.
Gotta make sure we're ready to fight. Now this long transition into getting to the Levante fight.
Levante's a really fun fight. Well, fun. It's an easy sort-ish fight because he hits you with his crystals, and that's just far away enough where you can sort of rush at him with your shield and stun him again, and you're just sort of in a cycle like that. If he gets into one of the circles, he'll do a spell, and then you have to wait a while for the attack to finish.
Oh, that's crit. Alright, that's Levante.
Bye, Levante.
So Solella's free from the crystal, she's free from the manipulation. Town is saved. But we still don't have a lifting bird. Good thing Solella knows the lifting verse. I didn't want to go through another dungeon.
Selena made a lot of questionable choices, but I think the one that confuses me the most is why she named her son Afto.
Alter with an E. How do you spell alter, right?
A-E, yeah. So many details.
So we have saved Aquas from sinking into the ocean. Gotta re-enter Pixum and finish up some story progression, and then we can move on to the third continent. Yeah, probably Hark. What's up, Shadows? Story level. Yep, anime run today. Off to Volcos. So we have Aquos, the continent of water, Volcos, the continent of fire, and then our last one is Zephyr, which is a common magic in JRPGs. Anyone guess what Zephyr is associated with what element? I usually see it associated with either wind. I've also seen it associated with healing magic, but in this game it's earth. It really ruined that trend.
Well, the earth is the origin of life. So in a way, I guess it's healing. And we all know going through Zephyr is good for your soul.
Very good. So this continent's quirk is... it's a giant volcano in the center with two towns on the opposite sides. And only this continent is able to be tipped over with uneven weight on both sides. And if the continent is tipped, then the lava flows out of the volcano and destroys one of the towns. So you have to make sure that there's equal weight on both sides. Which doesn't really make sense with people moving around all the time on both sides, but we'll let it slide.
I also don't really get why they lifted up an active volcano with lava on it as one of the last refuges for humanity.
Yeah, I would say so too, even with the lack of faces. But we already know faces are the face of evil.
That's it. They take to heart that three wise monkey thing.
Three wise monkeys?
See, speak, hear no evil.
There's actually four wise monkeys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the fourth one is do no evil, but that's never really shown.
Damn.
So, in order to continue, we have to talk to 6 people in this village. I think there are 7?
Yeah, there are 7.
So this is the most convenient to talk to. Videos of Minecraft challenge runs. Rip FF8. We came to this continent and we heard that there was this guy named Zerous who could help us figure out the lifting verse to lift the continent back up, but no one wants to tell us where Zerous is. So we got Laramie threatening this old man. And anime cutscenes, I'll shut up.
But I thought I saw that cloud move like some kind of a ship.
Gandor!
Huh?
It's the Vangel, closing at 3 o'clock!
The Vangel?
Enemy approaching, all weapons hot and at the ready. I've got them in my sights, ready to light them up at your command, sir.
Maintain speed. Activate disruptor torpedoes.
What's he doing out here?
Fire!
Thought she was Taiwanese. That's also a weird fact. So the Vangel shot a torpedo into the volcano. And oh no, the volcano's erupting. So we gotta do something about it. come out here to more anime, I think?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's more anime. This whole continent is like 60% cutscene.
Whoa! What happened? The continent's tilting! You hear about it? A giant ship just landed here! Huh?
That's the best voice actor.
Yeah!
What's going on here?
Gandor asked me to check on you.
Ah!
Be careful!
Laramie!
Don't worry, I'll be all right. Don't you let Arcia out of your sight.
Gandor!
What are you doing on Volcos?
Eon, Slazers fired a disruptor torpedo into the volcano from Vangel. Huh? This eruption will flood both towns below with molten lava. We've got to try to save at least one of them.
We gotta save everybody in the town before the lava reaches us. But who wants to do that? Instead of saving everyone, we're gonna let the 1 minute in-game timer run down. Just let everyone die. Because saving people is slow. This is also the bathroom break in the run. So regardless of whether we actually walk around and save these people, they're going to survive. Like, everyone gets on the ship anyway. It doesn't even matter. So our solution, instead of taking off, is tanking the lava with the ship shield. Which works, I guess. I don't know how to fight that logic.
I would assume you wouldn't want to be next to the glass while the lava's hitting you. But IDK.
Like, we would have been fine if we were just standing where we were. The lava didn't even reach us. We're gonna go over here, grab these hidden gems, and then do our only shop. There's an item in here required to progress the story later. Sulfuric acid. Also buy a high potion, so we can use some more heirloom returns later. Oh, didn't want to talk to you. I didn't want to talk to you. Please stop talking to me. Holy crap. How many animations are you going to do? Stop talking to me.
The old man is very slow.
We figure out Laramie's gone. Guidance here told us she went to the lava caves, so we gotta go chase after her. And this will be our last dungeon that we have to dodge encounter? No, there's still the Vandal battleship. Last dungeon for a while. So if we're good, we won't get any encounters, but we'll probably end up getting a couple.
Missing encounters is easier said than done.
Please, out of my way. Alright, this is our first double sneeze. Or just to walk right in front of them. Then we have to do another double sneeze here, past this guy. Open this chest, which will give us a sword and our special attack. Valhalla, there we go. And we find Zerus. He's gonna give us... what's it called? The something solution that makes sure that we can breathe in the poisonous fumes, not die. I would like to get past...
Neutralizing agent.
Okay, good. You gotta double sneeze him again to get past. That didn't work, I was too close. Was I not close enough? I'm gonna get this. Not gonna get this. There we go. I wasn't close enough. That probably was still faster than fighting him. Maybe. Why did I heal? I am literally at full health. Alright, so here we're gonna use that high potion and the neutralizing solution so we can enter this place without dying. Found this guy. Try not to get in fights. This one here is the hardest to get past, depending on what direction it walks, preferably not towards me. Chase me up here, and okay, got past him. It'll be fine for the rest of it. That was an encounterless lava caves. I will take it. That was still pretty slow, because it took a few attempts for a couple double sneezes. Yep, Laramie's dying here because she's constantly breathing in these poisonous fumes, but good thing we have an extra neutralizing solution.
Well, she was already given the neutralizing solution. Slazer still loves her.
It kind of looks like Slazer in the bed. You just look at the hair. So now this slow mare will tell us where Zerois is. Turns out he's in the secrete basement. Not the secret basement, the secrete basement. But he's not here right now. Gotta do this book boss. Read all parts of the book. A lot harder than it looks. Book boss done.
So proud of you for making it through Book Boss.
And speaking of misspellings, now the Stalagmite Castle. Yeah, we jumped down right away. Chicken. The spirit beast. Not call him a bird. Of any kind. I'm playing this. I'm playing on a PS2. Actual hardware. I wish I could purge you 10 times over for calling Corky a chicken. This is like the hardest fight in the game. This thing is so annoying.
slasher enemies are terrible.
Alright, that was better. So it turns out that monster was a person at one point. I just put up the stairs and clipped off. Thanks, game. Appreciate it. And there's a side quest where you can tell the daughter that you killed their father, but it really rewards nothing, just makes them hate you. The Granstream Saga is the name of the game. Here we get to learn about Hergazad, which is the ultimate life form. Spoilers, we have to go fight the ultimate life form at some point. It is a pretty annoying fight.
When you see Hergazad, you will see the true peak of
Of what?
of beauty.
Oh.
Hergazad is the ultimate life form. Therefore, Hergazad is the most beautiful creature to exist.
I don't know about that. So right now it's impossible to get into the inner parts of the ultimate life form. So what Zeroist is trying to do for us is make us an acid solution that is powerful enough to dissolve the wall. And we need to get some ingredients for him. Good thing we have both of them already. But he needs time to make it, so just as long as it takes for us to walk over back to Tolku, talk to Laramie, and walk back, well, not Tolku. Walk to Laramie and walk back to him, he'll be done. Laramie has to be in the most annoying spot in the room. Yep, Shadow the Hedgehog. Thanks for spoiling it. I was fine with it from the beginning. Hear them return.
Yeah.
Real faces of the friends we made along the way. You mean like Corky? Now back to Stalagmite Castle. We're off to fight Hergazad. Faces come in the DLC, yep. On disc 2. So these things, I call them ropers, but there's a brown one and a pink one. I forget which one's actually called the roper. The other one's called something else, but I just call them both ropers, and they suck. Fighting them is stupid. And we have to fight 3 of them here. Get past this issue.
You're inside the ultimate life form. It's just like Jabba Jabba's belly.
While they're hopping around, they're invulnerable. Gotta wait for them to stop jumping around. Oh, they're called slags, the brown ones. I guess the ropers are the pink ones. All these white crystals. Wow. Deals with no crits. Oh, finally, something besides a white crystal.
Have you gotten a card of the water god yet?
No. I don't want any god cards.
There are like 8 or so god cards. You get one of each and bring it to a guy who sets up shop in the old religious colony, and he will give you like 999 health and magic.
Life for the Sky Dragon takes up inventory space and changes my menuing, and it bothers me. Plus, I never use them. So now we're on the first phase of Hergazad, which we either have to hit him 10 times, or he has to hit us twice. Whatever happens first. Usually he hits you twice. Yeah. It's bad if you have to hit him 10 times. You kind of saw that the room was pulsing, like moving in on you, then moving out. It's random how much it does that, and how much you get moved away and towards the boss every time. So in terms of where you are in the room is RNG for the whole fight. And it's just quite annoying. We find out that the ultimate life form is indestructible as of now, and that's because as long as Evil Zeroist is alive, it can't be damaged. But since Evil Zero is just what happened when Zeroist split the evil half of himself off to be a separate being. If Zeroist dies, then Evil Zeroist will die, and the ultimate life form will no longer be indestructible. So Zeroist does the noble thing and kills himself, along with Evil Zeroist, so we can kill Hergazad. That sound about right? Is this a real video game? Yes, yes it is. Hergazad. So that spinning double slash with the sparkles coming off my sword, that's my Valhalla attack, which is extremely powerful with the Onimaru, and what I'll be using mainly for the rest of my fights in the run. Yep, it was extremely hard with the ultimate weapon of the game. So getting a lifting verse for this continent takes a little bit more walking around and talking to people than on the other continents. Oh yeah, berry ore. Put a barrier. Forgot about that one. Now we're off to find the lifting verse. First thing we gotta do is talk to Gain's here. And then go talk to Crack Guy. Crack Guy here is just a guy who likes cracks. Tells us to go talk to Gain's again. This time he gives us an option for things, but he won't actually explain them. Go back. Talk to this kid in front of the mayor's house. Talk to the mayor. And he tells us to go talk to Gain's again. This time guidance will actually give us information that's useful. Basically, oh, go on.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, he tells us that he knows that the lifting verse somewhere in Stalagmite Castle. But what were you gonna say?
Oh, you just have to, like, coax the information out of him. He's a very nervous man.
This tablet here will summon the wise man spirit who will give us the lifting verse. And now Arcia can save the continent. Run's going alright. Definitely still underestimate. Well, I'm glad it's a nostalgic feeling. I'm playing on a PS2. And Volkos is saved. No longer sinking into the ocean to collect more lava.
Hooray! Volkos is saved!
Yes, it's still called Volkos. So Heirloom Face, I forget what he's actually called, is telling us that he can't find the Zephyr continent. So we can't even get to it yet. Instead, we're gonna have a cutscenes on the Good airship, and we have to talk to most of the people before we can move on. So we have to talk to that guy. Now we have to talk to this guy who is sleeping. We have to. If we go too far up, we'll actually get pulled into the cutscene of that chair moving back and hitting us. Careful of that. And in here, we only need to talk to Geel, which is the green-haired guy. No, brown hair. I just knew it was the guy on the left. Come back and talk to Arcia. And then we get more anime.
It's huge!
That water spout came out of nowhere.
Ah! Ah! It's the Banjo from behind the water spout!
Banjo's firepower. We're a sitting duck. I've got to find some way for us to disappear. Give me maximum thrust from all engines on the double. We're going invisible.
We're taking evasive maneuvers behind a thundercloud, sir.
Let them hide. Their feeble attempts to thwart me are useless.
You guys are really enjoying the anime, huh? Writing? You mean the voice acting is off the charts here? You guys haven't even seen the best part. The best part comes near the end. The voice acting. I don't know. It gets pretty good. So Erlim says he'll teleport us into the jail cell so we can infiltrate the Evangel. And the plan is we're gonna destroy the Evangel. And blowing your entire budget on anime cutscenes. That sounds about right. The first thing we gotta do is collect 2 key cards. First one's from this guy, where we have to buffer up during this so we don't get caught. I can try to get out of the way. You can try and time the special attack, but it's not easy. Against this guy, he's pretty fast. Overall, that was a pretty bad fight. I can get past this guard here with a double sneak. So the soldiers are kind of questioning. Oh, you got me. You can get past him if you're lucky. You have to pass him twice though, which usually the second time you don't pass him. But the soldiers are starting to question their captain's sanity and or loyalty. Which, the captain was actually a good guy before, and now he's supposedly brainwashed. Now I got both ID cards. Now we have both key cards, we can attempt to blow the ship up. If we move right away, entering that door, that green guard will actually aggro us right away. So we pause a little bit to get him to switch so he doesn't come right after us. Yeah, the battle system is nice. the way we're gonna blow the ship up is reversing the sides that these rods are on in the cannon, and that apparently is bad. So enjoy this long cutscene.
He's reversing the polarity.
Ah, that makes a little more sense, I guess.
Don't lie, it makes no sense.
Why would they even have it as an option?
Because the Evangel gets taken over by miscreants.
Yeah, why not have two bridges? One captain that everyone hates. We break the support plot lines. Makes sense, I guess. The story must progress. We come back to try and find Arcia, but she's gone, left a note. God, I had to walk down into that. Yeah, it does seem kind of small, but I'm not really sure how big it is. It's hard to tell. Good airship could just be surprisingly small.
Well, it does have like 2 bridges. Or 3.
more anime? Yep. Nice.
There now.
Damn it all. I'm the one to blame for all this.
You're wrong.
The water spout, it's disappearing.
Behind the clouds, look! It's the continent, Zephyr.
A face. I thought people would like the pauses. Now we get to the best, most thrilling continent in the game.
Backtracking.
So much backtracking. Big hair equals more power? That's what I heard. We get on Zephyr, enter the town of Giltania, and it turns out this town is under a spell. Well, I'm assuming I'm pronouncing it wrong, but whatever. So everyone takes a role of someone else from a long time ago, I think? They're basically not themselves. But I'm protected by my amulet. So I gotta see what's up. Turns out there's another spirit beast here. This spirit beast knows exactly what the problem is. And the problem is that we haven't done our quest yet, which is to take this tablet on the pedestal right here. We have to go to each continent, including this one, and defeat a dragon. And collect the power to put into the tablets after the defeating the dragons, and then we can break the spell here.
So the spell was made to prevent the Imperial Wizardry from coming into this town to take the power that was here and to save the town. However, since this spell made it so that someone saw their most nice dreams, the townspeople eventually died because they were too preoccupied with living out their fantasies to take care of themselves.
What he said.
And in order to reverse that spell, you have to go to each Spirit King and get a stamp to prove your worth of the Spirit Kings. And the Spirit Kings tell you a backstory on the backstory that we got earlier. In that there was a long time ago where there was an evil Prince Zerouge who fought with a Princess Elamira, and he summoned the evil spirit Ma-O to take over the world. And then he got rid of it. But the evil still remained, and that's why you're here.
We have to go all the way up here and grab this chest first, which has the translator spell, which we have to use this to read any of the stone tablets that are required to be read. reading this one lets us have access to a different part of the dungeon to get to the dragon. That's the only tablet we need to read in here. The rest of this is just walking to the dragon. This is the... I don't know if you're asking me that. I think this was only on PS1 anyway. Now we get the first dragon, which all the other dragons definitely don't just look like this with a different color. Oh, come on. I'm not even gonna bother.
I didn't know these dragons healed.
Yeah, they all can heal. You give them a chance. Yeah, it does. This is the first part that we put onto the tablet. Got 3 more to go. Don't pay attention to the sprite glitching on that elf. It is not what you think. No, it was done. Definitely not. It's too bad you can't heirloom return out of these. It'd save a lot of time. He's killed a lot of mythical beings already. Well, if they're not mythical, they basically should be. Like the ultimate life form. Very powerful wizard. A boss that's a head and 2 hands. Still got 3 more dragons. This is the first cutscene we can skip, which is the cutscene of us traveling to Aqua. Don't even get to see it. Awesome.
Can't believe you're skipping cutscenes out here.
Saved like a whole 20-something seconds.
That much?
Something like that. Now we get really complicated puzzle here. What am I doing? So the first puzzle is you have to go around this room clockwise. This is the cycle. We need our anime. There'll be plenty of more anime, don't worry. Still lots of anime to come. Although there's no anime for like probably a half hour. Did it. We walked around clockwise. But guess what? It ain't over. Gotta go on this side now. Translate. If you guessed it right, you should have guessed that we go counterclockwise this time. Thrilling puzzle. If you guys don't want me to skip travel cutscenes between continents, I won't. And watch them. We have time.
You won't even really get too much anime. Wait, isn't anime technically made up of polygons?
What?
I don't know, I thought a polygon was, like, any
Polygons what?
I thought a polygon was any shape.
Yes. Kill the rival RPG. Name, please. Yeah, since Sweepy's gonna call the police on me, I gotta skip the cutscenes. I'm sorry. It's not a pixel. Halfway through them dragons. At least, with the only the first dungeon. Takes a while to walk back through it. The other three are pretty quick. So was a circle technically not a polygon? What's the order here? I forget. Look. So in the Fire Dragon, I have to fight 8 things in a, well, not really a certain order, but the first one I fight, there'll be a flash of color when I enter the room, and after I fight them, I have to go to the teleporter of that respective color. There we go. Like this left room will flash blue, so after I beat this guy I have to go to the blue teleporter. Bully. There we go. That's how that's supposed to go. I'm supposed to try and buffer it. Black screen? Hope not. No. That up. Come on. Let me kill you. Not letting me kill you. I did that the old way. I couldn't get the one shot off. I hate wizards so much. Time to heal. I don't think he punched me, just I was close to the spell when it went off. Now I can fight the fire dragon. Got one more dragon to go get. Be the Earth Dragon. On the last continent, which is the Shilth continent, we have to fight 5 enemies in a specific order, depending on what the tablet says. But it's the same every time.
But you already fought the Earth Dragon, so it's the Wind Dragon.
Wind Dragon, I mean, yeah. Oh, all the time. There, we skipped that scene out of the 4. Saving like a minute or something. So that tablet tells us the order, but we don't need to look at it. Maybe green first. Oh, I got a card of the Wind God. Good start. Next we got.
I'm so proud of you.
Then we gotta go over to the other side. Light blue. If we step on the wrong teleporter, then we have to do the fights all over again in the right order. little bit. Just a little bit. I'm trying to buffer off the attack, but it's not working. There we go. It'd have been a lot faster if I just fought him wrong. I mean, that was a perfect fight. Nothing wrong with that. What's next? Red? Step back. He knocked me really far back. I don't think I've seen that before. Alright, that should open up the door, which it did. Now we're off to fight the last dragon. So with the final imprint, we can now back to Giltanya and free everyone from the spell. Like you're trying to hawk a loogie. Does kind of sound like that, yeah. And when if they do actually breathe fire, it doesn't look like fire; it just looks like wind. But I guess that's the best they can do. I almost didn't skip that cutscene. And for anyone who was worried that Corky was a bad guy, I hope you're happy. Because he's dead now.
Uh-oh. Bye for now. The Great Spirit's gone!
Corky, no!
Corky is safe. He has joined me to become Korak. We must warn you creatures of the corporal worlds. Powerful spirit forces are in alignment. You must leave this land.
well, not really dead. It's just the more powerful spirit beast absorbed Corky, and they became one. But really, he's just dead. Gone forever. Mega Ultra Chicken. Laramie's gonna be quite sad because he's been with Corky for a long time. Didn't even get to say goodbye. We combined, I ate him. Arcia is still taking a while to get out of under the influence of that spell. Another reason why she's the lesser waifu, weak-minded. Laramie. Alright, I am ready for more anime game. I want to stop mashing.
Don't come.
Laramie.
Everyone's gone, and now Arcia's in serious danger. How could this happen? What are we going to do? Oh, Eon, I'm so confused. You must go to her. You must save Arcia.
Laramie, I'm going to stay right here and make sure that you're safe.
And then, when your job's done, you'll be able to rush right over to Arcia's side where you wish you were right now. Oh. I'm sorry, Eon. I'm just under such stress.
So much drama. Oh, here we get to learn the most powerful spell in the game. Anyone guess what it's called?
Undertale?
You guessed it. We get to learn Undertale. I mean, Genocide. Genocide's the most powerful spell. Well, actually Granstream is the most powerful spell, but we don't learn that. We talk to the big quirky merged bird, and they tell us that we can go into this secret underground cemetery under the obelisk by just saying, "We're the masters of Ireland." Wow, it worked. what RNG get? Like, yeah, we're getting red. A while since I got red. So there's two different patterns you can get for these gravestones, which determines which ones you have to talk to. Get where it is. But it's all the way around. No. I talked to the girl. What am I doing? I know she asked you a question, which is greed related. And if you say yes, you have to fight her. So of course you say no to avoid a fight.
She asks if you want gems.
Ah.
They're kind of pointless because you don't buy anything in the game anyway.
Which one's my waifu? Gandor, of course. But really, Laramie is superior to Arcia, every way. Is Gandor the face? Gandor is the one who punches through walls to save our lives. Punches through rock. Solid rock.
Okay, but Arcia saves the world.
Arcia does nothing but whine and yell. Cry. Which Laramie does that as well, but does it a lot less.
So here is something really annoying. You have to interact with each grave, but it does not give you a prompt to tell you that, yes, you interacted with the grave.
Boulder punching arms. Same. So I have to help this girl find her parents or mother, I think.
Yeah, her mom.
Which I'm going to the wrong places first, so I can quickly go back to the right place. But I have to visit each place at least once and interact with the people in there. So where is this guy? Why are you all the way up there? What bad luck. Now I visit each place and talk to the people. I have to go grab the girl, tell her I'll help her find mom, who was this old lady back here. Thank you. So below the continent right now, kind of attached to it, is the Imperial Wizardry Fortress. And it's weighing the continent down. And even with the lifting verse, it wouldn't even lift the continent because of how heavy the base is. So before we jump down there and try and detach the base, we're gonna say our goodbyes and give Arcia the lifting verse, so she can still lift the continent up after we fall down with the base.
The Imperial Wizardry would gain the power from the lifting verse. They're not really weighing it down.
I thought it said it was too heavy.
No. The Imperial Wizardry wants the lifting verse to occur on Zephyr so that they can take the power of the lifting verse somehow. But you can't just destroy the base or else Zephyr will fall with it. So you have to use the lifting ceremony at the exact time that you destroy the base. It's very convoluted and nonsense.
Sounds like it. Oh, if any of you remember Jill from the Goon Airship, down here right now. Gotta talk to him. Team's hurt. And now he's dead. Another random death in this game. Miss you, Jill.
Poor Jill.
Alright, I'm calling that I'm getting a card of the Fire God from this fight. Never mind, I got hit. No card for me. I got a security card. Where is it in my inventory? Not in the right place. You have to go to the four corners here, defeat each monster in the corner, and then, are we traveling to the spirit realm? I'm not sure exactly where we're traveling to, but we're traveling to each continent to talk to one of the wise men and release their spirits. I think is how it goes.
Pretty much, yeah. And also, I think I'm going to have to dip out.
Alright, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Enjoy your party.
Yeah. Good luck with the rest of your run. And remember, chat, remember, it's very important that he chooses to save Arcia.
I'll let the chat decide when it gets there. But I know,
I'm just giving some encouragement.
I know they'll make the right choice. This is the first unshielded longsword guy we fight, and we cannot use our special attack on him because they attack very quickly. Just annoying. There is no faster one. Same amount of time for each one. Actually, why say that? Saving Laramie is faster. By like 5 minutes. Definitely choose to save Laramie. Hashtag kill Arcia. Oh, that would also be a good option. Of course, I gotta car the fire god. So annoying. Was that a review for the game? Gotta be in my way. The last wise man we have to free. So this encounter skip is really difficult to do. I've only got it a couple times, but basically you want to lure him out and try and double sneeze him. Try to double sneeze. Not gonna work. I'm gonna get this. I don't want to fight him. Okay. I'm gonna reset. The whole game over. Failed this. Surprised I didn't get hit there. The other side here doesn't actually have someone standing next to the console, just walking around. Do that. Except the guy's in my way, and I got into the fight anyway. I've never gotten to this fight before. I am so sad right now. Alright. That face is perfect. He thinks he can punch through the metal door. What is it? There we go. The code doesn't change. If you mess up the code, you have to go back and fight the guy on the right if you didn't already, and then talk to the engineer. Yeah, I mean, why not? Punch through rock, you can punch through anything. So they turn the power off and we're kind of stuck in here freezing to death. So Gandor's solution here is Laramie's on the elevator, we're here, and he's going to use his body to connect the two sources of power and kill himself. So we can get to the next place.
Eon, follow your destiny.
Rip waifu. Only there was another way. Now for the second last boss fight. Poodle Zephyr. we go. Spamming Valhalla. Fight's not bad. Didn't even get hit. Our easiest boss is Balrog. It's almost time for cutscene hell. Can't wait. I know you guys will be excited. The last continent has got its lifting verse. The Imperial Wizardry Fortress is destroyed. Eon fell with it. Eon's probably dead. Except, I guess, the wise men are gonna teleport him out. Main character can't die. Possible. Spirit Beast tells us that our final mission as the Master of Heirloom is to sacrifice ourselves along with Heirloom to freeze the sea, or basically make it where the continents can sink down again. And they don't have to float anymore. But of course we didn't tell Laramie or Arcia that we're killing ourselves. So instead they convince the Spirit Beast to fly out there and save us. And only when we get all the way to the end, where we're supposed to sacrifice ourselves, Heirloom's like, oh, by the way, you don't have to be here. I can do this by myself. You can go ahead and go back with your friends. Why even waste our time? Face. I don't remember the whole story. He used a phoenix down on him. Sure.
What's happening? Look at the sky! It's gone dark!
Look at that light up there!
What is it?
We're being sucked into it!
So the whole story and goal of this game has been just to save the continents, restore the planet to what it once was, but now they throw in this wrench. Like, oh, there's this new guy now. Also, we're getting a message from mostly dead people. Talos is dead. Solela here isn't dead. I don't understand relation. Solela in there. And Gandor, we miss you dearly.
Where are we?
I don't know, but I don't like the looks of it. Arcia, what's wrong?
Oh, I've seen this place before. Oh, oh, my head!
Arcia, what happened?
Arcia!
Who are you?
My name is Dimar, the only surviving ruler of the Nether Sphere.
Then you're the last demon!
That voice does not fit that body. Just saying. The last demon, which he'll explain better this fewish minutes about why he's here and why we're here. He'll explain it better than me in a better voice. Don't worry. I know you guys can't wait for your voice acting. Also, Slazer is back, which Damara was manipulating this whole time.
Laser!
Dimar, is that the best you've got? Come on, try again. I want you to succeed. When I die, my spirit will enter the scepter forever.
If your puny spirit tries to enter the scepter, I will destroy it.
All right then, let's see if you can.
What?
Eon, use your strongest magic on me so that my spirit can enter the scepter and save us all.
Oh, Slazer, no, I could never do that!
Brother!
Eon, you are the only one with the magic to stop the cycle. If you don't, evil will triumph forever and we are lost.
Eon! Kill him now while you can!
But now Slazer has to die in order for Damar to die, which I don't understand, but we get to kill Slazer with genocide. So much death. But it turns out it was just a waste of time, and Damar's not dead, but Slazer's dead. Yeah, you can say no. Now we got our final gauntlet before the boss. Hope you guys are ready for this. Why you poke so fast? Alright, I give up on this fast fight. Just die. Alright. While you're listening to this amazing voice acting, decide amongst yourselves who we're saving, Laramie or Arcia.
I am winning. The evil is growing, taking control of him. He is losing his humanity. Soon he will be like the Ancient Ones.
That's a lie. Eon is not evil. He won't give in to your magic. He won't.
Yes, he will. He has been chosen. He is the one. Evil souls from all the worlds awaken when ghastly deeds are repeatedly committed. Eon is the reincarnation of Ma-O, the wizard of evil. He perpetuates the corruption that draws these souls to me. It is through him that I am able to lure them into my domain and rule them as I wish.
No! No!
You, your brother, and all the other survivors of the lands are merely pawns, manipulated by my hand to collect the souls of the evil dead. I have always been in control of your fate.
There's 2 more of those. Don't worry. Here, just stay down.
Yes, all of the people you know who have perished in your pathetic wars have died in the name of the great Ma-O Zarouge.
No, stop! Stop, please! I've heard enough!
No, you must hear it all. You must remember it all. The fear in your voice tells me that you are starting to remember. In your previous life, you were killed by Ma-O Zarouge.
No! It's not true! It's not true!
You were an innocent princess in the ancient kingdom who was killed by Zarouge so that you could serve him.
It's probably coming through on my mic.
Hatred is the fuel that powers evil. When Prince Rouge was defeated, he was treated with such cruelty that his hatred festered and grew to such an extreme that he unknowingly summoned the spirit of Mao-O to become one with him. Once the spirit of Mao-O is welcomed, he rules.
No, no, it can't be!
When Prince Rouge was taken over by the spirit of Mao, he became ruthless. He cut through the land like a scythe, crushing his enemies. He conquered all the worlds but one. That world was ruled by Princess Elamira, who suffered the same hardships as Rouge. Arcia was Princess Elamira in a previous life.
Princess Elamira.
Tell me now.
I read about her in
save
Mao
Laramie or
mythology.
save Arcia?
Rouge finally defeated Princess Elamira's forces, but when he saw her, memories of their past life flashed before him. Despite this, he eventually gave the order for the princess's execution.
Please stop. Stop it.
Rouge was a weak human, not worthy of Mao. At the last minute, he ordered his men to free the princess. He sacrificed himself for her, and when he died, he entered my world thinking he could challenge my powers. I've kept your world in a continuous cycle of war because of Rouge. You are helpless, locked into a never-ending repetition of your past. Only I hold the key to ending the evil, and as long as it continues, I keep gaining power in my domain.
You guys have the right choice. Thank you.
You are such weak creatures. All the wars you've fought before. All the people you've killed were the reincarnation of your old retainers. I have merely invited you to be violent and evil, and you have never disappointed me. You've gone to war without remorse for its victims. You've killed of your own free will. You are all as evil as Rouge himself, and as long as you are evil, you shall always be under my control.
That's the end of the voice acting. Besides the credits. Which, I don't know. I doubt we'll have time for. Because we're kind of behind now. Time to kill Arcia. The best part of the run right here. And she sacrificed. GG, Arcia. You will not be missed. Long live Laramie. Alright, so for this final boss fight, it's a lot of RNG to deal with. Mostly, Damar can be on the ground or up in the air. While he's in the air, I can't hit him, so I have to wait till he's on the ground. And it's quite annoying. He always starts up in the air. Down. he uses his red crystal attack, I'm gonna purposely run into it to end it. It takes forever. So on the final hit is where time ends for this. Come on, kill me. Something. Ah! What a troll! Here we go. Time. It's over. Yeah, that's cool. Thank you everyone for having me and dealing with this game. This anime game. Y'all enjoy.